I'm putting in my eye drops. Right. Oof. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm not crying, it's just eye drops. I wanna be your man. Let's see here. Hi everybody. Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the Blind Faith Experiment. What's going on, Sal? It's day 2. It's day 2A. It's day 2. Why you sorry? What you sorry for? You're not sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Hi, Liv. Hi, Kelly. It's good to see some familiar faces. It's good to see some repeat watchers. Soul Cell. Good morning, girl. I did the do nothing session this morning for 35 minutes. I was proud of myself. You ate that. You ate that. You ate that right on up. How did you feel? Give us a little, give us a little reflection on how that felt for you. Hi, Beyonce. Hello, Queen. I applied to this job that is literally my dream job. And they said that they already. Oh, Beyonce. Beyonce. In the applications. Don't worry about that. That is yet another circumstance. That is another circumstance. And y'all know circumstances don't what? Circumstances don't what? Circumstances don't matter. Your nervous system. Oh wait, I love you, by the way, Beyonce. Soul says, it felt so calm. This is the first time I woke up and I didn't turn to scroll on my phone. Ooh, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. I don't know how to feel. Well, Yumi, I think you should feel your feelings first of all. Feel how you want to feel. But what are you choosing? What are you choosing to focus on? What are you choosing to believe? What are you choosing to, what state are you choosing from? Right? Because if you're choosing from the identity that your source, well, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness, wait. Sterling won the freaking lottery? Sounds simple, but there is a deeper meaning. Oh, yes, I know. I know. Mom, do you mind closing the door? I don't know if she heard me. Just in case yeah. Okay, so first of all, congratulations. And Yumi, don't worry about what they're gonna do, right? What is the end goal? What is the outcome that you want? Right? That's where we need to focus on. Man, did you manifest your eye color? I did not. I promise the story is so interesting. Check my manifestation page. I posted a story time. Oh, hell yeah. I'll be right over there. I'll be right over there. Thank you, Queen, for the advice. I already have the dream job, so I don't need to worry. Yeah. Let me tell you something. When it gets to the thick of it, that is when I drop into stillness the most. When it gets into triggering spaces, that's when I drop into stillness. That's when I drop into presence. That's when I drop into awareness. When I get to wondering, oh, how's this going to work out? Well, what happened? Well, this is what happened. This circumstance happened too, and this obstacle here, and this challenge here. And I get to focusing on all the little everything that could possibly go wrong and be wrong. When I get there, that is when I drop out of I press pause on my human experience, press pause on it, and I drop into awareness and I get out of the way. I get the fuck out of the way. And it always seems to just work out. Okay? You don't have to trust me. You just have to trust you. And that's it. You're the only thing required to do this. Okay? All right, let me sip on this water. I'm at work today, so I can't participate in the do nothing session, but I did it this morning. Go, Nini. She is ahead of the game. How do you feel when you did it, Nini? What is your reflection? This morning, I breakfast, LOL, but it's all good. It's okay. You're human is funny. It's okay. Everybody get a little trigger sometimes. That's what you got a nervous system for. Thanks for to see this. Thank you for being here, Alexis. My pleasure, Yumi. And if I could break anything down further, just let me know. How to manifest a relationship with my coworker? Ooh, that is all about energy. That is all about energy. You know, this is the biggest freaking opportunity. The illest love arc and plot line in history of office romances. Okay, I need you to get in your energy. I need you to start feeling good in your body. That alone, that alone is going to attract more than just your office coworker. You might even end up wanting that person anymore. Just start feeling good in your body. Start having fun in your body again. Start dressing up, start dancing, start moving, start stretching, right? Start doing all of the things, okay? Start feeling good in your body. You're yourself, by yourself, however that looks like for you. Start feeling good again in your body. Hi, goddess. Hi. Hey. Hello. I just looked at your recent Substack post and it was such an incredible read. That means the world to me because this one is like really from the heart. I mean, this is like, I was going through it. So thank you. If you are a reader, if you consider yourself to be a reader, someone who is an intellect or someone who likes to understand conscious creation and conscious manifestation from a real world perspective in how life looks once you awaken and once understand that your source, subscribe to my Substack. If you don't know what Substack is, it is a blog posting website. So you can subscribe to it. I just posted this morning. I post every Monday morning. And yeah, check it out. Thank you so much for reading. Hey, I appreciate that. I don't know. It said someone commented. I thought it was someone, so it's probably you. You didn't get a notif? Ooh, TikTok is acting funny. I loved it. Motivated me to call in more like-minded people. Ooh. See, that's how I feel right now. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even worried about it. I know that I'm along the way. Like, first of all, along the way, I have met so many amazing people, like learning about consciousness. And it just feels so rewarding. So, yeah. Hi, Sunflower. Welcome, babe. About to subscribe. All right, Lexus. I love you. I knew it. Ah! Can I affirm that me and my colleague are both in love with each other? You sure can, but you don't have to. I'm telling you, feeling good in your body is going to do a lot of things that affirming constantly can do, but you're going to have the same self concept as someone who's trying to get them. So that's going to show up in your relationship. You don't want to bring that energy into your relationship. So that's why I'm telling you to do it the way I'm telling you to do it. But I want you to do it the way that best suits you. Because every way that you try is going to work because you're source. Mm. Oh my goodness. That was a lot. Zach, you're such a wonderful writer. Thank you. Can I? Oh, wait, I already read that. Okay, what is your detachment method once you know you're done? Like, get mind, body, soul aligned? For me, and I just want to clarify when I detach, it's not necessarily like I'm detaching from my desire because to desire is a privilege. Source, pure awareness in the state, like pure God or pure consciousness or whatever, that's not expressed as a human or a something, if it's just in its purest form of like nothing and everything, pure awareness can't desire anything. What is there to desire when you're in the form and shape of pure awareness? So I'm not detaching from my desire. That's fucking stupid. Excuse my French. I cuss a little bit. But what I am detaching from is how it's going to unfold. And I say it all the time. There are infinite ways that your desire could manifest. Infinite. So you don't want to spend your time trying to figure out and worry about and stress about how something's going to happen. You just need to expect it and move as if it is about to happen or has already happened. Whatever feels more comfortable for you. Some people feel too delusional to act as if it already happened. Some people like to rather expect it to be being worked on and coming, and they see a process and they're more logical. Both work, it doesn't matter. Or you can just decide like me and just go about your merry way. So I guess that's my way of detaching. I detach from the outcome and how it's going to happen. I say, you know what? Okay, this is my Mercedes-Benz AMG. This is my chocolate exterior, peanut butter interior Mercedes-Benz AMG. This is mine. And I can go on about my business. I could go live my life. I could go to the market. I could go hang out with friends. I could go on a date. I could go do something. And I'm not worried about the damn car because I've already decided. Now I move with the expectation. I do little things. I could go buy a steering wheel cover. I could go buy a car air freshener. I could go buy the little things you clip onto your vents. I could go do a lot of things because I have that expectation, right? That's how I move with expectation, but I'm still detached in a sense. So that's how I do it. The whole mind, body, and soul align thing, I do that on a regular, and that's by being in a do nothing session. Because when you do a do nothing session, you're reconnecting. You're having a meeting with yourself. It's consciousness having a meeting with itself. It's reuniting with itself in its purest form. With you're stripping yourself of the body, the human experience, everything, and you're reverting back into your purest state of being, and that is just awareness. So the whole mind, body, soul align thing, that is what a do nothing session does. It takes away form, figuratively. It takes away form, and you kind of suck yourself in and you sit with yourself as nothing and as everything, but as nothing. Just awareness, right? None of the opinions, none of the fears, none of the wants, none of the needs of a human being, just awareness. That's why I call it the human experience pause. You're just pausing for a moment. That happens to me sometimes. Oh, yeah, Christoph. Oh, yeah, can we talk about self concept and how to go about that? Yeah, we can. We definitely can. But let's get into day 2 and why we're here. One moment. I love that answer. Gratitude. I'll continue being delusional. Yes, lock in. Lock in. You are source. Source does not deal with ration and logic. Remember this. You're not working with a rational tool or logical space. You're not in that space right now. And it takes a little bit to break that down for some people. If you are a practical, logical person, to address something that is irrational and illogical and does not follow the rules that have governed your world before you awaken to your reality, it's like, damn, like this is kind of hard. But just understand that you don't have to try to do it if you just surrender to it. And then it makes it easy. You surrender to it. You trust yourself. You lean into your own ability and your own power, your own autonomy and sovereignty. That's what I want you guys to do. Hi, Tori. Hi, my love. Got you. Be formless, just existing as source, which is what we come from. Exactly. What state were you in when you were a baby in your mom's womb? That's the state that you're returning to. Simply put, how often do you do a do nothing session? I typically do a do nothing session every day because honestly, there's no excuse not to do it. It's kind of like sorry, taking a shower. There's so much. And I realized the other day that there were like teenagers in my life, but they're probably used to it. But I was just like, damn, it's like other people, kids watching me right now. It's just me a little bit, but whatever. Okay, so how long are the sessions? Today's session is going to be 15 minutes. Yesterday's was 10 minutes. Yeah, that was a really good one. Our last session is gonna be on Sunday, so that's gonna be 45 minutes that we're incrementally climbing up to. So we're adding 5 minutes a day. I've been feeling so light and present today. I love that. Ooh. What to do when the 3D is not fall into stillness. Oops, sorry, I did not mean to send an invite. Matter of fact, let me take this down because it's like just sitting on the screen. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Wait, I already read that. Yeah, what to do when the 3D is not conforming to your assumption. It's, you don't have to believe your desire for it to come to be. Like, just decide and go live your life. Get out of the way. Make space for it if you feel like focusing on it. But if you're going to focus on it and you're going to worry about what's not happening, don't focus on it. The only time you should be focusing on it is if you're excited for what's going to happen. If you're going to focus on your desire and you're going to worry about what's not going to happen or what's not happening, don't even think about it. Like, I have no worries. Everything's coming my way. Absolutely, my love. I'm glad that that's the state of being you're in. You don't have to ignore the 3D. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be ignoring the 3D. What you're supposed to be doing is looking at how the 3D is responding and you adjusting your internal state of being. You're getting results from the do nothing sessions? Ooh. So is it just sitting in silence? Typically, yes. You just sit and you draw back into the seat of awareness and you allow your thoughts to move across your mind like cars across a highway. You don't interact with cars on a highway. You just watch them and you treat your thoughts the same way because you are in the seat of source. And the only thing that can sit in the seat of source is source itself. And I mean that scientifically, spiritually, and for those who practice religiously. It's proven in everything. The only person, the only being, the only thing that can sit in the seat of source is source itself. The kingdom of heaven is within. Okay? The goal here is not to try to control your thoughts. Do not try to engage with your thoughts. Do not try to interact with your thoughts or try to create new thoughts or new pictures. That's why I say keep your eyes open if you're a beginner. Okay? If you are a beginner, keep your eyes open. I want you to not have a staring contest with the wall or the sky or the tree. I want you to keep your eyes open in a natural, effortless gaze. Let your eyes blink naturally. Don't fall asleep, but keep your eyes open in a natural way and let your eyes just be normal. Don't try to look a certain way. Just let your eyes just be normal, relaxed, and still blinking. You bought a hand soap for your new bathroom at your new house? Tea. What to do? Oh yeah, I already read that. All right, you guys. So hold on. I want some lip gloss. I feel like my mouth is getting so dry. That's so funny you use highway analogy. That resonates so deeply with me. Yeah, I used to look at the highway. When I was in high school, we had a highway that was connected directly to like the freaking sidewalk, damn near. And we had to cross a bridge to get to the other side of the neighborhood. And the bridge was over this highway. And on some tough days, I would just go out there and just stare at the highway and just zone the fuck out. That was low-key a do-nothing session. Nah, it wasn't a do nothing session because I was interacting with my thoughts like hell. Never mind. Ironically, I made my first official Substack piece this morning. It's called When Cynicism Felt Safer Than Hope. Okay, so please drop. Wait, did I already subscribe to? No, that was Hayes' Substack. So can I please subscribe to your Substack if you don't mind dropping it in the comments? I'm loving that the girlies are writing again. I'm loving that the girlies are writing again. I'm loving that the girlies are writing and reading again. Because we had a lull. There was a dip. There was a dip. Something happened after 2020. I don't know. So does this help us strengthen our connection with Source? Absolutely. And it's not even that it helps strengthen your connection in a sense, but it expands your familiarity with the fact that you are the very source that you're connecting to. And when you are familiar with it being you, that's where the confidence and the certainty and the sureness comes from. Okay? That's where the joy and the ease and the effortlessness comes from. The knowing that you are source. People are like, Ema, why? Like, because y'all see, like, because I did a do nothing session this morning too. Y'all see, I'm feeling good. I'm chilling. Okay? I'm bigging. So it's because I'm just certain. I know. I'm sure. And even if I'm surprised or even if something unexpected happened, well, I expressed into the human experience for the surprises, right? When you're pure awareness, you can't be surprised, right? I expressed into the human experience for a little weeble wobble, for a little fuckery. Like, I expressed into the human experience for a little, like, just oddness. If I wanted everything to be everything and easy and nothing and not be triggered and only be happy and only be peaceful and only be the one thing and only express as this, if I wanted that, I would have just not expressed as a human. But I came here down here. That's the deliciousness of life. Like, I came down here for that. Not even down here, but I expressed and projected this experience for that. Right? So let's not forget that. Okay? So you still get triggered? Absolutely. And you will until the day you die. Even a monk can get triggered. Nobody is above being triggered, but it just gets more and more faint. And it's less of a trigger and more of a, I used to feel something about that. I used to react to something like that. Like, do you remember when you got your first scar as a child? You probably don't. But if you do, if you remember when you got your first boo-boo, your first ouchie, it's a distant memory now. And it's like, even if you got that same boo-boo or ouchie today, you would be like, oh, okay, let me go get a Band-Aid. You're not like throwing a full-blown tantrum on the floor, crying, sneezing, and snotting out of your nose till you're red in the face, tears everywhere because you got a little, right? So that's how you start to see your triggers, right? You remember the one that hurt the most? But you see how you feel about it? You're not feeling the pain right now, but it is a memory. That's how you're going to see your triggers, right? Once you start to tap into the fact that you are source. Starts to just be a neutral sensation and noticing, right? Absolutely. I remember someone dropped a very fear-mongering video saying, you're never going to get rid of your trauma. You're never going to get used to it. And it's just like, it's not that you're not going to get rid of your trauma. Your trauma was never with you. After your trauma happened, it was done. The only thing that kept it alive was the body and the memory of it, right? Remember, all realities are happening all at once everywhere. And that includes the bad ones. But I need y'all to understand that a lot of things that we worry about and stress about and suffer from are in the future and in the past. And neither one of those timelines actually exists. Everything is happening right now. And your body aligns with what you are attuning to in this moment. Because the only thing that is going on is right now in this moment. There's the present, right? That's why some conversations are so tired to me, because people keep trauma in the present when it's not even happening. Yep. Right. All we have is this moment. Exactly. That's why I say, who are you being right now? No, for real. Yep. I got triggered this morning by SP. I allowed myself and said, consciousness holds the state. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Ooh, Stephanie. Wow. But that's how I want you to look at triggers. Triggers become the first time you had a heartbreak. The first time you failed a test. The first time something happened. That's a trigger. And the wiser you become, the more emotionally regulated you become, the more self-aware you become, the more you grow and experience life and turn that experience and alchemize that experience into wisdom, you will start to see how little it affects you emotionally in the present. You will start to see it as a distant memory. You're not dishonoring the person who went through it, right? Hold on, y'all. My mouth is OD dry, so I'm going to put something on my lips. Let's see. What are our options? I think I always felt so scared to feel triggered, and now I know a source it can't hurt me. Look at that. Look at that, Aisha. Wow, you're so freaking aware. I love that. Being okay with a feeling. That's literally my inner monologue. Like, I always tell myself, okay, look at what my human's experiencing. What is this teaching us? What is this helping us feel? I'm not romanticizing the feeling, but I'm like trying to understand it and see it from an objective experience so that I don't allow it to ruin my fucking life. Because if I allowed my recent feelings to ruin my life, I would be broke. I would be bitter. I would be resentful. I would be hateful. I would be all of these things. But I chose to pour into my self-love. And so you don't have a choice but to feel that when you're around me, because that's just what I'm embodying, because that's what I'm feeding myself. That's what I'm consuming. That's what I'm choosing, right? Every day. I choose to alchemize my experiences into wisdom and lessons learned, lessons embodied into wisdom, right? That is the true source of liberation, right? Because now, you know, I don't have to keep going through the same shit over and over again. Actually, I can learn the first time. I can learn the first time. I can learn that I don't like this. I do like that. Right? Repeat that. Which part? Girl, that's my favorite gloss. You love this? I love this. It's kind of minty. It's hydrating and minty. Off topic, but your name is so beautiful. Ema, thank you. Thank you. OMG, literally, you know yourself so well. Yes, thank you. You have to spend time with yourself and get to know yourself. And it could be threatening and intimidating to other people who don't know themselves or are not comfortable with you knowing yourself, because it thwarts who they perceive you as, but it shows them who you are. I kind of feel like you radiate. Your energy is so hard. It's so hard. I feel it through the screen. If that makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. Other people feel it too and gravitate. Yes. Yes, my goal is to be so love-filled that it pours out of me. Everyone feels it and I give it. Yes. Yes. That is exactly what it's feeling like. It's feeling like, I know my goal here is to trigger people or be a catalyst to people choosing themselves so intentionally. Thank you, Megan. Choosing themselves so intentionally that their circumstances have no choice but to change. It's kind of like a sorry not sorry situation. Like, your circumstances have no choice but to change because you're choosing yourself so hard. Like, it has no choice but to, like, kiss your ass. Your circumstances have no choice but to literally worship the ground you walk on, because you are choosing yourself so hard. You are choosing yourself, and you're doing it from a place of love, not a place of desperation or fear. But hey, if you do it from a place of fear, if you're like, I am so afraid to be mediocre. I'm so afraid to be mediocre. I'm so afraid to be poor. I'm so afraid to be this, or I'm so afraid to be that. And it triggers you into choosing yourself. That works too. But whatever works, essentially, is what I'm saying. Okay. So I remember when I was triggered 24/7. It's like my old self literally died. Oh, thank you, Aisha. The fear of being average. Yeah. The fear of being average is low-key like one of my favorite things to hone in on, because if fear is going to be present, why don't you utilize it, right? This is your favorite gloss too? Oh, y'all are so tea. The baddies know. I get this from the beauty supply store. Ooh, come on. Ruby Kisses hydrating lip oil. It has a little menthol in it for the winter time. Did I miss the do nothing session? No, we're just freaking yapping. Okay, we're gonna get started. Gotta go in a little bit. It's 15 minutes. If you can only do about 5 to 10, lovely. But I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. But before I do, let me give you a little rundown. So today is the second day of the blind faith experiment. If you're wondering what the blind faith experiment is, the blind faith experiment is where you drop all techniques. Okay? You drop all techniques. No techniques. But affirmations, we get it. They're just thoughts, they're just words, but you need to be thinking and speaking affirmatively anyway. I'm talking about robotic, and you know I'm talking about robotic. No scripting, no mirror work, just a decision, right? If today's your first day, you make the decision today. What is one thing that you are so focused on right now and you really want to manifest? Today, I want you to say out loud, write down, or say internally, I am enjoying this thing effortlessly, joyfully, and safely. I'm enjoying your millions or your billions or your relationship or your career or your whatever, right? Or your new body or your new appearance, right? Or your new self-concept. I am enjoying this thing effortlessly, safely, and joyfully. Say it right now. I am enjoying my wealth effortlessly, safely, and joyfully. Right now. So we've decided, right? You want to manifest time travel? Do it. You're good, Nini. So when you do a do nothing session, I want you to drop out of your human experience. You no longer have the opinions, the biases, the fears, the wants, the needs of a human. You are dropping back into the state of when you were in the womb. You are dropping into pure awareness before you even knew you had a body, before you even knew you had a culture, a race, a gender, a name, an age, before you knew anything about anything. Drop back into your pure aware state where you are just being. You are going to have thoughts. They are just cars on the highway. Allow them to pass by, okay? Now, open your eyes. Choose any point to stare at. If you're driving, please don't participate in this. If you're operating machinery, please don't participate in this, okay? But if you're walking, choose a point to stare at. in the direction you're walking. If you're sitting, choose a point to stare at, whether it's a cloud, whether it's a tree, whether it's a ceiling, doesn't matter. Stare at it, pick it, choose it, lock in. Let your eyes relax, blink. Don't let your eyes dry out. Be normal. You don't have to stare at the thing, but lock in on the target. This is a do nothing session. And do some intuitive, structureless breathing. Don't force any thoughts. Don't force any feelings. Just be aware. And you're going to do this in stillness, in silence, okay? And we're going to set the timer for 15 minutes, okay? If this feels good, lock in, all right? So, I'm going to mute myself, but hold on. Ooh, it's 11:11. Ooh, that ate. Okay, so some people like to do this with an instrumental track. If you feel like doing that, give yourself a few minutes to get it together. Get relaxed, get comfortable. I'm going to pull up my timer. Today's session will be 15 minutes. All right, so if you like stillness, choose stillness. If you have some type of limitation when it comes to stillness, walk around in a circle. Walk around the block. Walk somewhere. Choose a point to stare at and walk towards it. Go to a track. Okay? Yeah, if you want to play music in the background, I suggest doing lyricless, no lyrics, because you're trying to have a meeting with consciousness right now. Pure awareness with self, okay? So I'm going to mute myself, but I'll let you know when we start. I want to know if you're ready, drop an emoji in the comments. Okay, perfect, Christoph. If you're ready, drop an emoji in the comments. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Remember, this is not a manifestation technique. This is a stillness practice. You are becoming an open vessel because your desires were already ready in the first place. It's the trying to go get it that puts you in the state of not having it. Okay? Tear up, let it out. It's cathartic. You're about to have a meeting with yourself. All right? So just sit back in awareness. This is how I get down, right? Any given day, I wake up, I pick a point in my room, I look out the window, or I look at the tree or a cloud, and I just okay? So I'm gonna mute myself. The timer is starting now. Wakey, wakey. Drop an emoji if you're still with me. You're still here? Are you still in the land of the living? You saw colors? That's next level. That's next level right there. Still with me, Chaos? All right. Mama Philo, still with me? All right. Christoph is still here. All right. And we back. I'm sorry, Alexis. I didn't mean to scare you, boo. You feel amazing? Ooh. I'm awake. I did it sitting this time so I don't fight, not to fall asleep. That's smart. That's smart. Yeah, I like to do it sitting in a chair. It keeps me like alert. The way I heard New Body by Nicki. Ah! Period. So one thing I want to mention is when you do this, specifically, because I'm not saying that you can't do it with your eyes closed, right? It's just when we close our eyes, our imagination tends to turn up a notch. So it's a little hard to not be distracted. So that's why if you're a beginner or if you're just somebody who has a very active and vivid imagination, you want to keep your eyes open and focused on a point so that you can just be awareness. Another thing I have learned as I've experienced doing the Do Nothing session is I receive my best ideas during these. So sometimes I use a Do Nothing session to receive information. That's another option. I want you guys to adapt the Do Nothing session the way that suits you. But this is just the bare bones of a Do Nothing session, right? You walked this time. It was soothing. Ooh. Liv put a little motion in her ocean. I have so many new ideas. Okay, purr. See what I'm saying? I just received a new idea too. I put it in my pocket. Let's see. Oh, OMG. I feel like this helped me decide on my condo. OMG. Ooh. Congrats in advance. Congrats in advance. It's like I had thoughts, but they came and went. Yep. That's the goal. That's the goal. You were in flow. You were just allowing your thoughts to be. Like some thoughts came, some thoughts went. There was one thought that I responded to. But I just reset and sat back down into my seat of the observer and awareness. Thank you for sharing the live, Mom. Yeah, it got to a point where things in my periphery kept blurring and fading out with colors. Oh my goodness, Megan, what? The alarm didn't even flinch you? Oh, you were in the state, honey. Sorry, you were out of the States. See, when I first shifted into it, I had my eyes closed. And once I cleared through all the fuss and the noise and, you know, the imagination, I started to see purple rings just passing over my head. So I'm like, am I in like a purple tunnel? It was black, but I started to see purple faded rings just like flowing over me. And like, it was almost as if I was going through them. So I'm like, am I going through a tunnel? And then somebody told me that a chakra is purple. It's either this or this. Right? I don't know. I said I was going to research chakras, but that makes sense. If it's up here, that makes sense because I'm sitting back into the seat of awareness. Of course, I'm going to theoretically travel through a chakra, I guess. I don't know. So you saw the colors, girl. You were seeing it all. Wow. Your crown is purple. Your crown is purple. Okay, that makes so much more sense. So I was seeing purple rings. Just kind of, it felt like I was moving forward into something. And the only thing I could hear was my heartbeat. And I was just. That would be a dope DJ set. Called the Crown Chakra. And everybody wear purple. Yeah, I was focusing on a power socket. The socket remained clear, but the room faded into colors. That's insanely amazing. That's about. I ain't never had that. I love that for you, Megan. I'm actually like, the more that I learn about chakras, I'm so much more open to cracking this open a little bit. Because I remember when I first cracked this open, I was not ready. Close that right back up. I was seeing things I wasn't ready to see. Fasting definitely helps, LOL. Yeah, I'm considering doing something like a watermelon fast soon. It is the dead of the winter. So maybe I should do like a herbal soup fast. I don't know. She said, shut it down. I had to shut it down. It was getting intense. Nervous system was constantly like, it was a lot. But that's when I had a lot of fear in my heart. So I don't now. So the more you do this, the more experiences you will receive. When you say experiences, what do you mean, Sunflower Goddess? I'll say this. One moment. The more that you do a do nothing session, the more familiar you become with the fact that you are source and you are sitting in the seat of source, which is the seat of observation, awareness, sitting back, objectively observing everything without attaching your human experience or meaning to it. The more that you do that, the less triggered you become. The more space your brain has to create new neural pathways and conscious pathways, which creates new meaning in your perspective, which creates new opportunities in your circumstances and surroundings. The more that you get out of the way, by the way, the easier it is for your desires to be projected into your experience from within you. Because now you're not efforting or trying or doing something in order to get something. Now you have decided that it is yours and you have either made space for it or gotten out of the way. Ema, what do you mean when you say make space for it or get out of the way? So those are two ways to preoccupy yourself, right? You can either make space for it. So some people don't have a bank account. So they go and make space for the money that they're trying to manifest by opening a bank account. Some people have trust issues. So they go and self-reflect and heal those trust issues before they get in a relationship. That's how they made space for their relationship. Or maybe they had insecurities that they've been avoiding working on or clearing out. So they go and make space for a relationship by dealing with those first so that they don't bring it into their next relationship. That's one way, right? Another way is to simply get the hell out of the way, right? Go take a fucking Pilates class. Go touch grass. Go get an ice cream cone. Go to the library. When is the last time you read a book? Go get a makeover. Go dye your hair a new color. Go live your life. Go travel if you can. Go do something random. Stand in the hallway for no reason. Change your perspective. Change your location. Change where you hang out. Change the way you go home. Change something about your day-to-day life. Change anything. This is your story in your world, right? What's the music you have playing in the back? It's just it's a long story, but it's a unreleased track, meditation track that I am working on using as my signature track, I guess, for my YouTube channel, my podcast, my everything. Yeah, I'm working on it. Do you guys like it? I'm assuming you like it, Aisha. I like your name. Let's see. Wait, so we can set intentions for the do nothing session or just let it come naturally? Well, if you've already decided what you desire and what you want, you don't have to set the intention. The intention was set when the desire was decided on, when you made the decision that it's yours and you don't have to do anything else for it to come into fruition. You made the decision, right? Now, if you feel for some reason, right, intuitively, that you might need to sit down and re-clarify your desires, I do that. You never know. You might want something else this time. I'm a fickle woman. I change my mind. I re-clarify all the time. It's no shame in it. So Tori, if you want to sit down and get a notebook and just write down, this is exactly what the fuck I want, and I have decided that I am receiving it in this moment. I'm not waiting. I don't care. Time doesn't exist. I'm receiving things, or maybe I'll receive things in a timeline that makes sense to me in the story that I want to live this lifetime. Right? Maybe I don't want this right now. I want this in 3 months because I plan on having this, then, and then. Cool, whatever. Do whatever works for you. If you like that, then do it. But I want people to really understand how much power they have when they forego all the rules. Thank you, Megan. When they forego all the rules and they truly understand who they are as source and what kind of power their choice and decision has. You fell asleep, soul, last night and didn't get to send your voice message. Go send it now, boo. Take a break. I'll be right here. Hi, Lyric. Yes, I love it. And thank you. You're welcome, Aisha. Yes, it's nice. Y'all like it? Okay, bet. So this is one of the options, and I think I gravitate so much towards this sound because it's almost like, I think this is what like God's crib would sound like. Like if you went to like God's crib or consciousness's crib or a pure awareness's crib and they had a crib of nothingness, it's just a void of like nothingness and peace. It would sound like this, right? That's what I feel like it would sound like. Let's see. Everyone's experience will be different. Yup. Don't try to experience what others did. Just let your experience come. Yup. You see how Megan said that she was focusing on this electric socket and like everything around her blurred and she started to feel or see colors in her peripheral. Whereas me, like when my eyes were closed, I was going through this purple tunnel. Some people just cry. Just flowing tears, just cry. They're not sad, they're just crying. They're just releasing. Some people feel giggly. Some people feel relaxed. Some people go to sleep. Some people feel hyper-focused. Everyone has a very different response and reaction to stillness and being in the seat of awareness, because your human is responding to you being in the seat of awareness. And it's doing something that is, for some people, that it's not quite used to doing. It's not quite used to pausing the human experience. It's not quite used to being objective and seeing the world and its thoughts objectively. It's not used to it. So it literally sounds like flow state. That's literally what I was thinking, yeah. Do you only focus on one desire or you go all in? So the do nothing session, you don't focus on desires. The do nothing session is not a manifestation practice. The do nothing session is where you Keep your eyes open, you focus on a point, and you sit into the seat of the observer. You let your thoughts walk past or drive past like cars at a highway. That's a do nothing session. It's a stillness practice. It's not a manifestation practice. It's so that you become an open channel. Your desires don't need help manifesting. When you decide, they come. It's just, you think you have to do something to get them, so you are in a state of, I do not have them. So if you're doing the do nothing session as a manifestation technique, stop it. I just want you to be in a state of peace. Press pause on the wanting for once. Press pause on the humaning for once. Press pause on the needing for once. No worries, dear. You can still do it. I have uploaded the... Oh, wait. Let me post it in the chat. I uploaded yesterday's session to YouTube. So let's go to YouTube real quick. As an undocumented or unlisted video, I think. Let's see. Switch account. Okay, I feel so good today. Oh wait, wrong channel. Girl, get a grip. Get a grip, girl. Ooh. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Okay, so... Oh, people have already been viewing it. Okay, awesome. So... Did you already do the do nothing session? Yeah, I already did it. Every day, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. No, seriously, Ema, how do I send a voice message on Discord? I just fixed it, so you can send it now. Go to the experiment channel. Let me see what it's called, child. Yeah, the experiment chat. Sorry, the experiment chat. Yeah, go to the Discord and click on experiment chat. People have already been sending theirs in. Let me go like some. Dang, Abby had to do hers at like 4 a.m. Oh, because she's in another country, duh. If you're confused about what we're talking about, a part of the blind faith experiment is you drop a voice note at the end of the day before bed and you reflect on insights you've been noticing, experiences you've had while doing the do nothing session, or just like living life without doing techniques. That's what we're doing, by the way. For those who are new in here, we are on day 2 of the blind faith experiment. If you are someone who is tired of consuming and is overwhelmed with all of the coaches and the gurus and the books and the movies and the documentaries and the seminars and the talks and the content creators and if you're overwhelmed and overstimulated with all of that, we are taking the BS out of the equation and getting to the nitty-gritty, understanding that we are source, not for funsies, not for figurative sake, but literally, you are pure awareness, you're pure consciousness. You are just deciding to express as whatever version of humanity you are right now in this moment. Okay? So that's the order. We wake up in the morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. We do a do nothing session together. And then we kind of just affirmatively think throughout the day. You don't have to like correct every single thought. You just have to stop thinking or stop choosing a narrative that you don't want to express into your reality. The blind faith experiment and reading the power of your subconscious mind is such a great combo. Yes. Also, thank you for bringing that up, Gracian. So for those who are not aware, I also have a book club in the God State Collective, which is my Discord community. And we are currently reading The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I have never read this book before. There are quite a few people in the community who are joining the book club. So I'm really excited to see where this takes us as a community. And also what insight I can gather from it, because like I said, I haven't read it before, so I'm excited. Another thing with a book club, we're doing a 3-week sprint. So we're going to finish this book by the end of January. We do not intend on lagging on book stuff. So if you don't feel like you can hold yourself accountable to read it, I suggest you not join. If you feel like you're capable of having autonomy of yourself and not needing people to remind you constantly, come. I like you. I like everybody, but I love when people are like, I chose this thing, so I'm going to show up for this thing because I want to be in this thing. I love that. If you don't have that in you, how can we grow? How can we learn? We got to be present where learning and growth takes place, you know? And this is a talk that I have to have with myself maybe every quarter. And that's just what it is. Some stuff I'm like, wait, girl, like, you wanted to do this. You said, didn't you say that you had said when you had said? Didn't you say? You did had said. You had said that. You did. I remember you said it when you said it. You said that. Someone's having problems getting in Discord. Okay.
It says Google is telling me to press on the microphone on the right side of the chat in Discord, but I don't have one. So
microphone.
It's so.
Oh, what kind of phone do you have? Mom K says, hey.
Hey.
What kind of phone do you have? I wonder. That's weird. I've never. Did you give Discord permission to use your microphone?
Come on.
Maybe download the app. Wait. Use my computer for Discord. Oh. Okay. I wonder, can I even do a voice note? So here, I'm pressing the... Oh, I can't do it either. I can't do it either on my computer. Or maybe I can, I just don't know how. Yeah, I don't know. I just see a little gift box, a GIF icon, a sticker icon, and a emoji. And then like, I don't know what this is, like a bunch of shapes. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I should download on my phone. Yeah, you should probably download it on your phone. She said, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know. I guess I never have tried to record it from my laptop. That makes sense. The bio one isn't working. So you have to copy and paste it into your browser because TikTok automatically blocks people's link trees. So when you click on it from my bio, for some reason, it's like blocking it. So just copy the link and paste it into your bio. I read it a few years ago. It's a really good book. Yeah, so our first meeting, so here's the gist of the book club. Let me give you the rundown. So our book club our first meeting is going to be this Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So look that up wherever you are located. We will have approximately 3 meetings. Hold on, let me check. Yeah. So we will have a meeting on the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th. All at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, all on Sundays. So from here on out, read this book. If you would like to know which chapters we're reading each week, join the Discord and then look at the book club chat. I could not get that out. I need some more water. My mouth is getting so dry. Yes, for those who are, for real, I love having space that holds me accountable. Yeah. A lot of people are very uncomfortable in places that hold them accountable because, I don't know, accountability is scary. It makes you face things that you like have been denying, and accountability reveals your I guess your ego, but I say your old self-concept. It reveals your fear. So, and I feel this personally, when I'm being held accountable for stuff, I instantly feel disarmed. So I can for sure say accountability feels scary. Now accountability to me feels like, I feel more like neutral. Because I'm like, oh, well, okay, cool. Like, now I learned something more about myself that I need to work on. She for real, too, y'all. She'll kick me out, too. If y'all don't know, that's my mom, Mama Philo. Yeah, I don't play. Because, like, the thing is, respect the space, right? I'm doing all of this for community sake. Okay? And I'm doing it because I love you guys, and I love the fact that you are so fascinated and interested in growing internally and going on this internal, not even journey, but just revelation. And I want y'all to go on your unique journey that you need to go on, but I need you to meet me halfway. I'm doing a lot of stuff for free because I want you to see how easy it is to embody this, right? I'm just letting y'all know. Oh my gosh, I was in DC this weekend and missed the meeting. How did it go? It went well. So we are on day 2 of the blind faith experiment. It is going to be a do nothing session every morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to do it together. And then you drop a voice note in the experiment chat at the end of the night. You don't have to do anything else except throughout your day, remain understanding that you are source. Even if you're triggered, you can feel your feelings, but know that this is just something your human is going through right now, right? They need to release these feelings and emotions. They need to feel validated. They need to feel understood. The body needs to feel safe, right? And that's why we do this too. It also regulates the nervous system, the do nothing session. How long will you be doing the experiment for? So it's a 7-day experiment. So we will be doing our last one, which is going to be 45 minutes on Sunday. So if you want to join the book club, make sure to head to the bio. I see a few of y'all popping into the chat. Hey. Hey, Mama K. Hey, Vibe High Oracle. These little sticker gifts are so funny. Hey, Jay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, welcome in, love. I love that y'all are like popping in. Okay. So that's what's going on right now. We are currently in a 7-day blind faith experiment, and we are currently reading Joseph Dispenza. Sorry, why do I keep saying Dispenza? Joseph Murphy's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Okay. Um, we have not had our first book club meeting yet. That will be this Sunday. I repeat, that will be this Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You have the time to do it. You have the time to do it. If you would like to read the book, you have the time to do it. I've been rereading this book recently, and it's everything. OMG, y'all better show out. Yes, we better show out. What you mean? We better show out. Yeah, you're in this. You're in this. Wait, are you? Yeah, you were in the chat for the exactly. Also, I'm gonna give myself the microphone on AquaGo. She does also have a Substack. AquaGo, please put your Substack in the comments. She talks about manifestation and law of assumption. Yes, we can get into questions now if you guys are interested. I just want to make sure, are we all clear on the two things that we're doing right now? We're doing the blind faith experiment currently on day 2 of 7 days of blind faith. No techniques, do nothing sessions every morning, voice note at night. And we're also doing the book club, Joseph Murphy's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. The first meeting is this Sunday at 12:30. Are we clear on that? It's really mine. It's her Substack, ladies and gentlemen. We're clear? Beautiful. Okay. Ima, does the do nothing session considered regulation? It is a form of regulation because you're allowing your emotions and thoughts to be filtered through an objective lens, right? So you're disarming your triggers and your emotions power over you while still allowing them to exist within the same vessel. So you're disarming your emotions, you're disarming the meaning behind them, right? And so you start to feel them less in the same regards. You're gonna be confronted with similar situations that you're like, oh, I used to feel like this in these situations. Now I don't give 2 fucks. So you're not spiritual bypassing, you're not ignoring your humanity, you're pressing pause on it. You're pressing pause on it because it's not the true you. It is who you decided to express into during this lifetime. Where do you meet for the book club? So we meet in Discord. There's a book club lounge in the book club section in the category. We meet inside Discord. OMG, I'm reading that book now. Really, Mickey? Okay, can you start over and hang with us? So we are currently, if you want to join the book club now, let's see what chapters we're currently reading. We're currently reading chapters 1 through 6. So get the book. I have the book available for free as a PDF document in my link in bio as well. If you don't want to purchase it or you don't have the money right now to purchase it, I have it available for you for free so you can join the book club. You can print it out if you like. We do this thing where we read a chapter together on the call. Each person takes turn reading a passage. So yeah, it's going to say when you get in the book club, it'll say chapter 1 through 6, but reading chapter 7 together on the Sunday, January 11th, 12 p.m. Eastern call. And it'll say that for each group of chapters that we read. What else? Pace yourself. You don't have to cram everything. If you have questions and things feel a little advanced for you, don't be afraid to ask them or write them down when we get to our meeting on Sundays, because that is where, like I said, that is where growth happens. Be present. Be open, be willing to learn, be willing to expand. Hold on. Thank you, Chris. Becoming the observer of your thoughts. Yes, Kay. So I was thinking, right, if we can manifest anything, can we also manifest a time we want to have it? Well, that's the thing. Remember, Soul, when I told you that story about when I first did the do nothing session, my SP texted me, took me on a trip, and I received a money deposit within 15 minutes. I wasn't expecting it to come that fast. I was just getting out of the way. So that's how you that's how you disarm time. Right? That's how you take away the time factor. Is by getting out of the way, getting out of the human experience and pressing pause on the human experience, because time is only relevant to the human experience. Okay? So the way to disarm time is to press pause on the human experience and sit back into the seat of who? God, self, observer, consciousness, awareness. You're sitting back into the seat of self. You're pressing pause on the human experience. You're allowing yourself to disconnect from the emotions and the turmoil and the meaning making that you're doing as a human being. You're applying meaning to everything. What if this, but this is going to happen, or I'm going to this, and this is all this is, everything is terrible, da 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 da. You're kind of like in this soup. You're in this self-made soup of human emotion and meaning making. And a do nothing session presses pause on meaning making, on the opinions, on the identity, on the choices, decisions, the fears, the limitations of the human that you expressed into. It presses pause on all of that. And it allows you to be pure awareness for just a moment without the burden of humanity, right? So we consider it a burden, but without the activity. Let's call it activity. We're not going to call it a burden because it's actually a privilege and a gift to be a human. Without the activity of humanity and the meaning making and the labeling and the reactivity of it, you just sit back. That is how I manifest things quickly. I get the fuck out of the way, right? I sit back into stillness. I say, oh, I forgot who the fuck I was. I have this thing. I'm not arguing with no fucking body. I'm not arguing with nothing within or without the ether. I have this fucking thing. I'm out. I fall into stillness, or I go eat something, or I go read something, or I go do something. I touch grass. I go get a fucking life. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to tinker or solve your way through something, right? Unless you're a freaking scientist. You don't have to try too hard to make sense of something. When you sit, you ever notice when you sit, we just talked about this, when you sit in a do nothing session, sometimes you receive answers to things. You receive ideas. There are times where I remember where I put something that I've been looking for weeks. But the thought comes to me and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I put that there. That is your brain quite literally taking a bubble bath. It is washing its ass. It is having the time of its life. When you are doing a do nothing session, your brain thanks you every single time because you're not doing shit to try to get shit. You're not doing shit to try to fix shit. You're not doing things, tinkering with things, intervening and maneuvering things, trying to force and manipulate things. You're not doing things. You are allowing things to MacGyver and maneuver and reform and reshape around you, restructure around you, because that is what it's meant to do. The field, right? The field of consciousness is meant to maneuver around your decisions. This is why I tell y'all, decide and get the fuck out of the way. That is the fastest way to manifest. Decide and get the fuck out of the way. Can y'all tell me the fastest way to manifest? Pop quiz. How long are the do nothing sessions? So we are doing a 7-day experiment where we incrementally go up 5 minutes each day. Today's was 15 minutes, so tomorrow's will be 20 minutes. I believe by Sunday we will be reaching 45 minutes together. Decide and get the fuck out of the way. Exactly, Nini. That is the fastest way to manifest. Thank you. You guys get an A plus. A plus on your quiz. Okay, so another thing. Hold on, I feel like I don't want to skip anybody. Wait. Before I get to rambling. So the club is in Discord? Yes. Someone already answered that though. Let me not answer questions someone answered. Does anyone else look at Pinterest while affirming sessions? I look at Pinterest because I know that the mere act of scrolling through Pinterest, specifically mine because it's like curated to me, is a saturation session. Scrolling through Pinterest is robotic affirmation. Scrolling through Pinterest is a subliminal. Scrolling through Pinterest for me is a vision board. Scrolling through Pinterest for me is scripting for hours. Scrolling through Pinterest for me is looking at myself in the mirror, right? I dress like that. I look like that. I act like that. I walk like that. I talk like that. I look like that. I think like that. I am like that. I have those things. I am the affirmation. Like everything. Like I love Pinterest so much. Sorry. I feel like I'm like sucking Pinterest dick right now. Let me relax. Okay, so my first do nothing session, 3 old SPs reached out and I found out I'm getting published. What? How do I, hold on, I want to do the thing. Wait. I did it. Congratulations. What the heck? That's amazing. You see how like when you get out of the way, everything maneuvers and rearranges itself around you when you know that you are source. That's how shit gets down. That's how reality responds to you. I'm telling you, like, I don't want to persuade nobody to do nothing they don't want to do though. I don't want to, because I know people get weird. So when you just sit back into the observer seat in the kingdom of heaven that is thous, and let the world rearrange itself around you, that is when shit starts manifesting out of nowhere. Okay? Out of nowhere. Weird thing just happened. I heard my boss talking in his office and he said my SP's name. That happens to me a lot. That's insane. That's insane. Somebody's thinking about you, Buki. I totally understand. I love that you have your mom's full support and participation. You are seen. Oh, thank you. Thank you for seeing me, Mom, and supporting me and participating, Mom. That's what I started doing because I was tired of all these MFing techniques to get something. I was tired too. You get me. I was tired. I don't want to hear another guru say nothing about nothing. Shut the hell up. This is why I say naturally evolve your own techniques. A magnet walk. I ain't never heard nobody talk about that shit in my life. I just started doing it. And I was like, hey, stuff keeps manifesting when I do this. What's so funny is I came across Ema when my higher self kept telling me, do nothing, be still. Ooh, look at that. And that makes sense. That makes sense. Because that's what I'm all the fuck about. Do nothing, be still. And she is teaching do nothing sessions. Yep. Another thing people keep asking me is, how long are the do nothing sessions? You can do it however long you want to do it, baby. However long you want to do it. Do nothing, however, and then intuitively come to and go live your life. Yes. I've manifested many things, but I felt I still struggled with getting everything I want. And big things, well, first we're going to stop calling them big things. Your most desired desires are officially the bare minimum. Okay? I know that sounds a little blasphemous to say. They're the bare minimum now. Because let's get bored. Okay, people? Let's get used to this shit. Let's get used to having money. Let's get used to love around us. Just like I'm used to having water bottles. I'm used to having billions, right? I'm used to it. It's the norm. This just inspired you, Tori. That makes me happy. My highlight of 2025 was randomly joining your live, not even following you or knowing you. Oh my God, yes, Soul. You ate that. Because when I first met you, I was like, oh, she's going to follow me. I like her. We connected. As source, as consciousness, nothing sounds big. Exactly. What is a do nothing session? Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't skip anybody first. Can you do the sessions in the evenings as well, or do they have to be in the morning? You can do them whenever you want to do them. Do them intuitively. I do them every day because you don't have an excuse. You got a few minutes to do nothing. Everyone does. If you have a few minutes to scroll on your phone, you have a few minutes to do nothing. You need one of those highlighters? Okay, come get it. Thank you, Lavish Self-Love Bar. You did? Ah! Okay, fire. Sorry, let me not scream. Some people are wearing headphones. New here. What is a do nothing session? Everyone wants to know what the do nothing session is. Let's get into it. Bro, I had a panic attack when they said Pinterest was getting deleted the other day. Watch your words. Don't cuss at me. What you talking about? What's going on with Pinterest? What's going on with Pinterest? Because I will set this bitch on fire. You can't just drop that. You can't just drop that. Oh, thank you. Stop it. Lotus Lou, thank you. She says, I love me, a beautiful black woman reflecting my own beauty. Thank you, boo. We are waiting. Is Pinterest being messy? No. I use that for my vision? No. Exactly. They can't take that away from us. We need to sign a petition. Okay, so let's get into the do nothing session. I'm going to explain it to you guys. So, in a period of my life where I was very much so overstimulated and overwhelmed with constantly consuming too much content, constantly consuming too many like videos, YouTube videos, TikTok videos, books, even the greats. I was tired of Neville. I was tired of Esther Hicks. I was tired of Joseph Dispenza. I was tired of Florence Scovel shit. I was tired of everybody. I was tired of Sammy Ingram. I was tired of everybody. I was sick of it. I didn't want to hear another thing. One night, after like a 45-minute crying session, I sat on my floor and I just fell into this like desire for stillness, this desire for no more information, this desire for silence, this desire for nothing penetrating my experience. And I fell into what I now call a do nothing session. At first, I closed my eyes and then I opened them. I stared at a singular point and I allowed my thoughts to kind of come by. I didn't even engage with them because I didn't have the energy to engage with my emotions and thoughts at that time. I was just spent, okay? I was spent. And so I decided to just sit in that and just be nothing and do nothing. Be no one, be nowhere, just be awareness. That's what I wanted. I stripped myself of my identity, my humanity, and just became awareness. And 15 minutes after that, my SP texted me. He bought a ticket for me to go on a trip with him. And I also got a deposit of money, a large lump sum of money. Okay. And that all happened, like I said, I think I was sitting there for about 15 minutes. That all happened within 15 minutes. And no, I didn't affirm for nothing. No, I didn't visualize nothing. No, I didn't. I had already decided that was just going to happen. But I was doing all these techniques and all these methods and like journaling and scripting all these different type of ways. And at specific times, and I was doing all this stuff because like that's what like the people were saying, like that's what the people who I thought that I trusted as like gurus and stuff, that's what they were saying to do. But like I'm like, you're fucking bitch, you've been doing this for almost 10 years now. Like what are we talking about? Why do you need anyone to tell you what to do? Why do you need to ask anyone how to do or what to do anything if you don't? All must be evolved from self immediately, because that experience evolved from my deepest internal desire for stillness, just pure effortlessness. And people don't think about just sitting still when you think about effortlessness. That's what it really came from, is just not trying to manifest anything, not trying to do anything. So that's why I say the do nothing session is not a manifestation technique. It's a stillness practice. And I believe that, well, let me not tell y'all. Let me not tell y'all why. Let me ask y'all, why do you think that sitting there and just sitting in the seat of awareness allowed me to manifest my SP, one of my dream trips, and money at the same time within 15 minutes? Why do y'all think that? Why do y'all think that that happened? You were able to recover. Interesting. Oh, receive. Okay, beautifully said. It opens you up. Yes. It felt great to relax today. Just be. I'm happy you enjoyed it. You allowed yourself to be. I did. Yes. So we can be an open vessel. Yes, chaos. Ooh, come on with the lingo. I'll be drilling that. I'll be drilling that. So you can be an open vessel. Yes. You got out of the way. Yes, I drilled that too. You became source. You removed any limits. Yes, because you got back to who you really are, having everything. Yes. That is where everything exists. Pure awareness. Resistance left the room. Yes, you fully shifted into yourself with no distractions. Beautifully said. You're no longer bound to all the TV static. Ooh, I like how you said that too. Maybe you were not trying to do anything. Ooh, Christoph ate that. You embody the full essence of femininity, which is to receive divine oneness. Ooh, you ate that idea. But yes, I stepped into the state of receiving, y'all. I got out of the way. The one that receives is the one that is sitting still and not trying to get, right? And it takes a lot of self-trust to receive, to be still. It takes a lot of self-trust. It was also already in your experience. Yes, goddess. Teach them, teach them. You just met what you already knew. Exactly. I'm at work, but I'm definitely doing this when I get home. Yes, do it when you get home. You can either sit in silence, you could sit with an instrumental, but I suggest doing it for anyone who is trying to figure out what's the best technique, how do I manifest, da, da, da. Like I said, it's not a manifestation technique. It's just you getting out of the way. Have a nice day, Christoph. I said nice. Have a nice day, Christoph. I've been constantly persisting. It's just taking me time to come into the 3D. Well, that's the issue. You don't have to persist. You don't have to do. That's what we're talking about now. You make manifestation feel so refreshing. Ooh, good. That was one of my affirmations. Sorry, that was one of my decisions. We call them decisions now. What decisions are you thinking and making all day long? I'll definitely share my results with you. Have a wonderful day, everyone. You have a great day, Tabitha. We'll check in later. Tap into the Discord, boo. I'm so sorry, guys. I have a dog that is barking at another dog across the street, and they're just barking with each other. He will be done. I needed to see this live because I cried up frustration last night. Yep. Frustration and resistance tends to happen when you forget who you are, right? That's when all the hopelessness and the fear creeps in. And like so much is happening that I can't control. The hopelessness and the fear creeps in because you forgot who you are. And it's a matter of like, wait, if I am source and my focus is what expands and multiplies things within my circumstances, what am I choosing to believe and focus on right now? What am I choosing to water and water and water with my attention and my focus? I'm going to say that again. What am I choosing to water and water and water with my focus? Because that is the most powerful currency in existence. Attention, focus. That's all manifestation is. As you were talking, I had an epiphany that I'm trying to be better, but I already am. Laugh my ass off. Exactly. You're already better. You're already not dealing with the bullshit that you used to. Are you dealing with the bullshit today? Are you dealing with the bullshit right now? No. So you're already better. You're already better. You're already better. Now you need to say the entire thing again. LOL. I'm about to write this in my notes. I'm going to upload this one too. So I'm going to upload this to YouTube and I'm going to drop it in the experiment chat in the Discord. It's only for y'all. Only y'all will have access to it. So go to the Discord and click on the link to the unlisted video and y'all can rewatch this live broadcast later. She said, I'm about to write this in my notes, honey. I'm about to get it yetted. Right when I wrote that. I've been focusing on keeping my vibes high while waiting for my manifestation. Don't even focus on waiting. Don't even focus on keeping your vibes high. You need to start doing things that excite you, that ignite you, that activate you, that are new, that are different, that are forcing new versions of you to come out and play. That's what you need to be doing. That's what this human experience is about. All this struggling shit, all this survival mode shit, all of that is smoke and mirrors, okay? It is you hiding from yourself what you could really be experiencing, how you really could be living. You ever notice how some type B people, people think they always seem to like, somehow everything works out for type B people. It's because they're just going with the flow. They know shit fucking happens. Shit fucking happens. You can't prevent everything because you will be exhausted if you tried. Right? But they also believe in themselves like nobody's business. And that's what I mean. Y'all need to trust yourself. That's why we're doing the blind faith experiment. Who do y'all think we having faith in right now? You. We are having faith in ourselves. So I want y'all to remember that. There actually is power in suffering. Growth cannot come from nothing. And another thing, what if it's not even suffering? Remember that analogy? I don't know if y'all remember, but there was an analogy I made. I was like, suffering is not actually suffering. Like, I remember one night, there was a black shadow figure at my door. And I was about probably 9-10 years old. And I was so fucking scared. I was petrified. I was frozen in my bed. Okay. And I don't know what point. I mean, I was frozen for hours, awake, scared, petrified, crying. Couldn't even yell out for my mama. I was so scared. And the sun starts rising. And it's a fucking hoodie. So I created the suffering. I created the feeling of fear because of my perspective of what I thought things could be. And in that moment, as a child, I didn't understand it, but boy, did I feel relieved, of course. But now as an adult, I understand when the sun rose, I saw what it really was. So when you look at the thing you're avoiding looking at, the suffering goes away, the fear goes away, the struggle goes away, the survival. When you look at it, when you truly look at it, it's not actually what you think it is. The thing that's causing us suffering, the thing that's making us fearful, is the avoidance, the fear of the thing, the fear to look at the thing, right? The bank account, the credit score, the everything. You scared to even look at the thing. You scared to look at the thing or do the thing or approach the thing or try the thing. You're scared. You scared. There is some type of fear that you are building up within that you're not even experiencing right now, right? I'm scared that this is going to happen. I'm scared that that's going to happen. I'm afraid that this is going to happen. What if this happened? What if that's happened? When you're living in fear. That's fear. You're living in fear. You're allowing fear to guide you. So that's what I want y'all to realize. A lot of suffering is just like the fear of something happening. It's not like you're not afraid of the thing itself, right? You're afraid of it happening, and that's what you're afraid of. It's the potentiality of it. But there's potentiality in everything. So what, you gonna be scared of everything forever? Anything could potentially happen. It's the choosing, it's the decision, it's the deciding that changes what potential unfolds and what potential expresses and manifests into your reality. It's what you decide to focus and spend your attention on. Spend the most expensive, the most valuable thing we have, the most valuable currency we have, which is our attention, our time, our energy. And fear is a powerful emotion. So you want to feed that. You need to feed, like, your fear needs to be, I'm scared to start this business, but I'm gonna fucking do it, right? Your YouTube link isn't working. Ooh, let me fix that. I want you to do it anyway. That should be your new mindset. That's how you should look at fear. So fear isn't a bad thing. It's not something that you need to try to like thwart out like a flame. It's something that you need to embrace. Hold on. Let me go ahead and put the link. Make sure that this is the right link for you guys. Now I understand what JFK meant when he said, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Exactly. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Beautifully said. You ate that, Nini. I never heard that quote before. You just put me on. Okay, so day 1 experiment link. Let's see if this works. Tell me if that works. Okay. Fear is inverted faith. You ate that, I fear. I love how you say ooh. Thank you, Lotus. I need some encouragement, y'all. I'm usually a perfect manifester, but lately life has been fighting. Well, just surrender. Drop into stillness. Get out of the way. Something is trying to fall away. Allow it. Something is trying to make space. Allow it. Space is being... It keeps saying 404 error. What the helly? Is it saying 404 error for everybody? Hold on. Let's see. Settings. Details. Visibility unlisted. It's saying that it's unlisted so that it can be available to people who have the link. Can someone click on it and see if it says 404 for them? Just to be safe. Because I'm copying it straight from YouTube. So maybe hold on, let me see. The way I see fear is like this. F, frequency experiencing active resistance. Oh, that's a smart way to look at it too. Frequency experiencing active resistance. Yeah, you're resisting something when you are experiencing frustration and fear and avoidance. You're resisting something. I like that. Um, damn, let me see. How can someone go click on the, you're getting 404 error too? What? Okay, should I just make it public? I was trying to make this so that, hold on, let me see. Let me be a problem solver real quick. Google, okay. YouTube unlisted link saying 404 error. Resulting in 404 not found means that while the server is operational, the specific video file or page cannot be located at the specific URL. This typically happens if the video has been deleted, the link is mistyped or broken, or the content owner has restricted access. But I'm giving the link. Okay, hold on. Hold on, y'all, because this is crazy. Is there a way to send an invite only link? Well, yeah, that's what I thought I was doing that. Let's see. Not me literally immediately drinking some water.
The blind faith experiment. The blind faith experiment is for those who are ready to stop negotiating.
Let's try this again.
Power. This experiment is for the ones who want to move like they know.
Talk your shit, Ema. Okay, try that link. Please don't piss me off, YouTube. Like, why would y'all like let me put it as that and then not allow people to see it? Like, that doesn't make sense. Edit video. Unlisted. It's probably gonna say it again. I already know. Well, let me not say that. Let me not assume. It's probably gonna work this time. Let's see. Who can comment? Anyone? Show how many viewers like this video. It's still not okay. I'm about to make it public. I'm gonna make it public for the girlies. Save. All right, so she's officially public. The fact that I have like 85 YouTube links in this damn chat. Let me delete these. Hold on. Delete. There we go. Delete. Okay. I was like, don't piss me off. Okay, look at all the voice notes in the chat. Look at all the voice notes in the chizzy chizad. Look at all the people holding themselves accountable, showing up. I'm talking about in it. I'm so silly, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, so wait, do you click on the YouTube icon? What do you mean? I just put it in the Discord chat. I just put it right, like the link right in the experiment chat. That's really weird. Now I really don't know what's going on. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can find it on Safari. Oh, the YouTube icon. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I know why. Because I changed the name of my YouTube channel and it's different. It's not I claimed it, so it's mine anymore. That's the name of my philosophy, not the name of my channel. I changed everything to the big sticky yes. So let me go change that. Thank y'all. Y'all are literally like my like collective manager. You're like, this needs to be fixed. This needs to be edited. This needs to be deleted. This needs to be uploaded. This needs to be changed. This needs to be edited. The one that doesn't work on TikTok bio. Okay. So I'm gonna change the link. Share channel, copy, go to Linktree. So the video is working though, right? Just making sure the video is working. Because I'm scared. Okay, so we're fixing the YouTube. Because her name is the Big Sticky Yes now. Okay. Yes, merch, please. Oh, merch. Somebody said something about merch. Merch. I'd love to wear a hoodie that says the Big Sticky Yes. I know. It's crazy because I know people are going to be asking you, like, what is that? What does that mean? Why does that say that? What do those words together mean? Is it sexual? What is it? Is it food? It's a philosophy. It's a philosophy. The Big Sticky Yes is your attention, and it is sticky. And what you place it on, you are saying yes to. That's what you say in the elevator. You only got a few seconds. So you got to make it short and you got to make it quick. Your attention is sticky. In green and one in orange. What kind of green and what kind of orange? Hold on, let me take notes. Hold on, let me go. Hold on a second. We get in there. Okay. Y'all know that song, LOL. Which song? Wait, I love that. I mean, the first order can go out in a week, ma'am. Here my mama go. She makes a lot of different types of clothing, and the first order can go out in a week. But I'm actually gonna really take it serious and like sit down and make some merch and like get it figured out because I want it to be quality. I don't want no BS, you know? I don't want to just give y'all anything. Green, orange. So like when you say green and orange, what kind of green and orange are you saying? Because there's different ways to look at green and there's different ways to look at orange. Yeah. You know? I like the puffy print. Sage green. Ooh. There's like moss pine forest sage. Yes. Y'all are very like color aware, color savvy. I like this. Okay, brown and burgundy. Oh, y'all some earthy girlies. Earthy green. So the symbol you have with the big sticky S, can you explain it? Yeah, it is. So darkness is something that I definitely had to reclaim on this journey, and I had to like allow it to exist within me and not be so like cast it out. I had to be more so like this is a part of who I am. Why am I shunning it? And I realize it's because that's where everything beautiful is born out of. That's where everything in general is born out of. Everything is born out of darkness. Children, right? Plants, trees, everything is born out of darkness. In the roots, in the dirt, in your mother's womb, right? So when I realize going back and having a meeting with yourself as consciousness during these do nothing sessions, you're also in darkness. And that is where your desires are being procreated, if that makes sense. You are making love to yourself when you're having these meetings with yourself. Do nothing sessions are considered like love making sessions as well, in my opinion. You're just like becoming one. You're coalescing with yourself, right? And I just think of darkness as that, space of creation. And your attention, like I said, everything is sticky. So that's why, like, in my logo, you see like things like the little nodes like pulling away from each other, because that's like all the different spaces that your attention is focusing on. Okay. So I guess, yeah. I know that that was a lot. Is that clear? Because I could go deeper, but in the yellow you have on, yeah, I think I like this yellow. What is this, like a mustard yellow? Yeah. I just told my SP my favorite colors, and I sat back like, wait, I'm an earthy girl. You're an earthy girl. It's giving earth. It's giving earth. Because my girl was saying moss, pine, forest. She named every color of every plant. You see the logo? Oh, shit, yeah. I forgot I had this on my wall. So this is the logo up close. You see, like, everything's born out of this darkness. And your yes is so sticky. Your attention is so sticky. Like, this is manifestation in motion. This is how things are expressed into your reality. Okay? So yeah. That's my logo. I'm gonna have to fix this. Fuck it. Deeper. Well, yeah. So when I say that your attention is sticky, your yes is sticky. Everything that you focus on, you're saying yes to. Everything you focus on, you're saying yes to. So if you keep saying, I don't want to be broke, 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 I hate being broke, I hate this house, I hate this, hate this, hate this, I can't wait to get out of this. Ooh, I need to find a way. I'm desperate. I feel like I need to hurry up and just get out of here. What is the first thing I can get? I'm going to settle for anything I can get because I just need to get away from this. When you're in that state, you're still saying yes to the thing that you don't want. It's just, you don't want it. You're sticking to it. So that's what I meant by deeper. You're still saying yes to the thing you don't want because you're sticking it in here, and it's rent free. Rent free. Are you on IG, babe? I am on IG, but I'm not necessarily super active right now. I'm also working on transitioning it to my modeling and creative portfolio, because I will be doing a bunch of shoots and I'll be modeling and creative directing. So, and there might be some moments where I make some music. I'm just testing the temperature. But whatever I create will be on that page. It's my portfolio for my creative expression, my creative self. I will only be talking about my creativity and things of that nature on there. And so I'm just trying to develop myself as an artist and see what I want. I really like Naomi Sharon. And I'm also really in love with Mona Leo. So, like, I'm trying to figure out how could you collaborate those two people. And then I was like, Janelle Monáe, she talk her shit and she's kind of soft. But no, Naomi has this sensuality about her. She's like a siren. She's also a Pisces like me. And we shape similar. Okay, Naomi is thick as hell. She's the one who's inspiring me to go into kickboxing, by the way. Because I need that I'm a whoop your ass shape, but it's still feminine on her. It's just,
How did Jamila? it's just it's just sitting. And all of that is from kickboxing. So yeah, I'm into that. Shut up, you're a Pisces. I'm a Pisces girl. Nobody ever guessed it right. Everyone is like, you're a Pisces? You don't seem like a Pisces. It's because y'all got Pisces all wrong. You have Pisces all wrong. Everybody reads Pisces so lazily. Crybabies. That's how they think of Pisces. They don't think about the layers. They don't think about how you had to go through every sign to get to Pisces. Yeah. We have every sign. Every sign. My big three, Pisces sun. You're a Pisces too? You're a Pisces too? The deep emotions. Yeah, they think that sensitivity means weak, but sensitivity means I can sense your activity. I know when you're lying, and I know when you're masking, and I know when you're performing, and you're trying to be something that you're not. I can sense it because I'm sensitive. I can sense the activity. Yeah, we're not crybabies. I cry like maybe thrice a year. Don't piss me off. I mean, I cry a little more now because like it's a thing. It's like cathartic for me. You thought I was an Aquarius? I'm an Aquarius Venus. You're a Pisces rising? Ooh, Aisha. Maybe that's why we gravitate towards each other. I'm attracted to Pisces right now. Yeah, a lot of people, you either hate us or love us. I'm AR for the Memphis chapter of the Coalition DJs and always happy to help artists advance. Really, Lavish? Oh my God. See, like I'm in the development phases. So I'm in the development of like what genre. Like I'm separating the genres I like from the genres that I can actually perform. Because there's a difference. So yeah. And then getting comfortable with those chosen genres. I have a very sultry, deep voice, and I'm trying to figure out how to work with that. Like I know Thames has a deep voice, Toni Braxton has a deep voice, Naomi Sharon also has a very deep voice. Jasmine Sullivan has a deep voice, but she has a rasp that I don't have. I have a very deep and smooth voice. My voice is deep and smooth. So we'll see how it unfolds. Girl, in this economy, nothing is staying up in my mind rent free. Yeah, nothing can stay in my mind rent free. Not in this economy. I mean, yeah. Look at all these Pisces. So if you would like to follow me on IG, you can. I cannot promise that I'm going to be on there like anytime soon, but you can pre-follow me in advance. Pre-follow me in advance because I'm going to be popping, y'all. I promise. I'm already knowing. I don't even promise y'all. I already know I'm going to be popping. Y'all just getting ahead of the wave. Just getting ahead of the wave. But yeah. I do, if you want to see where I am active, I'm active on my TikTok, my personal TikTok. My name is Ema Philo, and I follow back over there. Okay. On this side, I only follow like manifestation, like masters and experts. But on my regular TikTok page, I follow y'all back. I'm not like that over there. I'm just another part of consciousness over there. I'm not a regular girl. I'm a little extraordinary. Things might get a little weird. But yeah. About to follow you from my A&R page. Okay, perfect. Yay. But yeah. I'm trying to develop myself as a creative and artist and somebody who is publicly willing to express themselves without the fear of anyone's opinion about her art. Because like Erykah Badu said, who is also Pisces, I be sensitive about my shit. And so I'm detaching from the opinions of others and just taking it as constructive criticism instead of attack. I'm going to call you later. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. See you later, Kay. Before I want to manifest it, sing a voice. I can sing a little, but not to the extent I want. I want to do music so bad. And you can do music. There's a lot of people who are literally dominating the music industry who aren't the strongest singers. Like, Rihanna's not the strongest singer. Like, but she's a good singer, right? She said Mariah. You mean Mariah the Scientist? I don't know what Mariah the Scientist got going on. Mariah Carey, though, she's a great singer. I want to do both R&B and rap so bad. You can, boo. Look at Tim's. Look at what's that girl name? She's another Caribbean. There's a lot of Caribbean women who are like doing their thing. Shense. I think that's how you say it. She's doing her thing. And she sings and she raps. Nicki Minaj, I know she kind of questionably canceled right now. She sings and she raps. Shensia. Yeah. Shensia. Okay. I probably said it wrong. I probably still said it wrong. Ruby Rose. Yes, Ruby Rose. R&B and rap. And they are not Whitney Houston. Okay? They are not Beyonce. But they are doing amazing. Tiana Taylor sings and raps. And she creative directs. And she choreographs live shows for some of these artists. She choreographed Summer Walker's whole entire tour. Right? Tiana Taylor's a perfect example of the kind of woman that I am. Tiana Taylor does not have a limitation to what industry she's penetrating. She doesn't care. She is just expressing herself creatively. And whoever don't like it, who cares? I don't care. And what? Missy Elliott was another version of someone who did not allow the limitations of society to tell her what she can and can't do. I know my passion, my being, my thing I love the most is teaching people about consciousness and how to navigate the 3D as consciousness and how to consciously manifest the life they want. That's my number one. My number two, I love decorating my temple. I love fashion. I love beauty. I love hair, right? It's not my passion, but I love it, right? I love to curate it, put it together. I love to do it on myself and I love to do it on other people. And then there's music. And I think that's right up there with fashion and beauty. Like music, as a Pisces, y'all already know. I love music. I love music. So, and I also paint and I write and I do a lot of things. Writing's up there as well with music and fashion. It's kind of like consciousness and conscious creation and manifestation, and then everything else is on the same level. But that's my number one. Everything else is my number two. But yeah, so thank you for joining me on day 2 of the Blind Faith Experiment. If you have not yet, make sure to join the Discord server. The link is in my bio. It should say the God State Collective. Okay. If you cannot get through to it, copy it and paste it into your browser. Okay. How autistic we are is so daunting. LO, we do everything for real. Yup. It's the way we do. We do everything passionately and just emotionally and just beautifully. That's why we're such creatives. Rihanna's a Pisces. Erykah Badu is a Pisces. Janae Aiko is a Pisces. Lupita Nyong'o is a Pisces. Justin Bieber is a Pisces. We're just so creative. We're just creative. Yep. I've never heard of Discord. I'm an auntie. It's okay because I had never heard of it before I had to create a Discord community because the kids was telling me to make one. So if I can learn it, you can learn it. So just it's gonna prompt you to download it and create an account. Just download it and then follow the prompts. Look at the rules, y'all, because a few people done tried to break the rules, and I'm telling y'all, it's easier when you are self-aware and you're armed with information before you enter a space. Let's see. Tiana Taylor is my inspiration because I write, sing, rap, paint, dance, produce, film. Yeah. That's who you need to be following. That's who you need to be looking at how she maneuver. You don't need to be consuming all of these. Here's how to manifest this in 10 seconds. You don't need to be watching all of that, consuming all of that. You don't need that. But can you explain shadow work really quickly and how you started? So I don't really do shadow work. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, okay, so I guess, so here's what I do. Here's what I do. I'm gonna tell you what I do. What I do is I sit down and I reflect on the spaces where I recently experienced resistance. So that could be in a relationship, whether it be a friend or a family or at work. It could be in my finances. It could be in weight loss. It could be in whatever. Where I look back at a place where I've experienced resistance in the past 30 days, and I say, what are my beliefs about this? What am I choosing to believe about this? Where's that coming from? And I go on a why train. I call it a why train. I don't do shadow work. Okay, not losing weight. Why do you feel like that? Because I'm focused on trying to lose weight. Why are you focused on trying to lose weight if you are supposed to be assuming an identity of somebody who has the dream body? Why don't you buy a pair of medium-sized pants or a medium-sized outfit, hang it up in your closet so you see it every day, and then go live your life? I get down to the nitty-gritty. Why are you doing this? Why are you thinking this? Why are you behaving like this? Why are you acting like this? Why? You get to the core of it. Once you get to the core of it, you can dislodge it. You can dislodge it, right? Like it's a splinter. That's what I do. I don't do shadow work because I feel like a lot of shadow work is just romanticizing the very shit that you're trying to get away from. Not even get away from, but trying to like stop the habits and the patterns in your life. You're trying to stop the feedback loop. So that's why talk therapy doesn't work for me, because I have a general, I was a psychology and sociology major. Like I don't need to, intellectualize it too much. I need expressive therapy, somatic therapy that apprehends the energy and maneuvers it out of the body, right? Shadow work, it sits you in a boiling pot of it. From what I've understood, from the things that people show me that they do when they consider themselves to be doing shadow work, you're sitting yourself in the boiling pot and you're marinating in all your trauma, in your, like you can, like I said, look at the thing that's causing you suffering, but don't identify as it. Like a lot of people be like, I have trauma. I am a blank victim. Like, why do you have to be so intimate with it? It is something that happened. That is it. When you think about it, it triggers you to think about things that might cause emotions and feelings. Trauma is not something you are. Trauma is something that you experienced. Trauma is not something you have. Trauma is something you experienced. So when I think about shadow work, I'm not about to sit up here and ruminate and marinate and like try to force myself to feel feelings that I don't feel. If I'm not that sad about it anymore, I'm just not that sad about it anymore. I'm not masking. I'm not faking like I'm not sad, but I'm not going to fake like I am sad for the sake of shadow work and like having this big ass, like performative ass release. The way that I release is natural and organic, and it comes about me, and I constantly give myself room and space and openness to feel my feelings. I do a do nothing session every day. If I'm gonna cry, I would have, because I have before. All the pent up energy and emotions that I've been holding on to throughout the day come out during my do nothing sessions. So I don't feel the need to sit up here and ruminate in every single bad thing that happened to me and be like, I'm a survivor. Like I don't need to do that. It's something that happened and it's not happening now. And I have control over what's going on in my life now. And that's just what it is. I'm not about to sit up here and, nah. So that's kind of how I feel about shadow work. I think that a lot of people make it a bigger deal than it is. But I might sound apathetic, so I don't know. When I say that, I might sound that way. Literally, I stopped going to therapy. All they wanted to do was add a diagnosis and put me on antidepressants. Oh, hell nah. Like, let's get to the nitty gritty and go towards resolution and solution. Like, what do you mean, medicine? No. Let's work through this. Like, you're getting paid for this. Same. I can pathologize everything about myself. I'm too self-aware for therapy. Yeah, it's not good. It doesn't work for everybody. I don't talk to my last therapist anymore. I don't go to my last therapist anymore because it got to a point where I was teaching her. So what am I doing here now? So let me just go express this energy so that it's not sitting stagnant in my body and making me sick. Let me go express this anger. Let me go express this heartbreak. Let me go express this frustration. Let me go express this sadness. Let me just get it out of my body and just do some type of cathartic somatic therapy and go about my merry business. Because I'm not about to sit up here and ruminate in this so that you could learn more about me and put together a conclusion that I put together when I was the age 15. Because I self-reflect. I think that's what it is. I think talk therapy is for people who have a hard time self-reflecting on their own, holding themselves accountable on their own without someone walking them through it. And also, I think the talk therapy could be also for people who just need to talk it out. They know the solution. They just need to talk it out with somebody. I feel like shadow work keeps you stuck in a loop. That's what it did for me. Yeah. What's your experience with mirror work? I love mirror work. It's two things. I love looking in the mirror and seeing myself and just like enjoying how I look. And I also love talking my shit about myself. I love lifting myself up and putting myself high up on a pedestal and just whispering sweet nothings to myself. I love talking about myself in the best way that I possibly can. And so I love mirror work. It was a natural evolution of self, right? So I would always talk to myself in the mirror. I would always say, oh my God, I look so pretty today. I look so good. Oh my God, I feel so good today. Oh my goodness, this is radiant. This color looks great on me. Da 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 da. I would always do that. Always do that. So that is, like I said, and that's why I say, make sure that those techniques you're using are a natural evolution of self. Look at your day-to-day life. What do you do on a regular basis? I'm a writer, so I naturally write. So I'm going to script. I do mirror work because I naturally talk my shit and I love looking at myself. I think affirmatively because why wouldn't I? Right? I behave and respond to the world as if I am source, choosing to be a human for a little bit because I am. That's a natural evolution of self because I realize I am source. How else will I respond to the world? Like a human who thinks that they're only a human? No. I'm going to respond to the world. Now that I know that I'm source, I'm going to respond to the world as a human who knows that they are source. They just chose to be a human for a little bit, to play around, experience a little fuckery, experience a little shenanigan. Right? We came down here for the fuckery. That's what I want you to remember. Everything shouldn't be so serious. Like, life is not that serious. Life is deep, but it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my FYP. I'm glad I found you live. Yes, I'm glad you found me too. I'm glad that all of you found me. Just to rehash before I pop off of here. Thank you, Ash. Oh, thank you. I will be like kind of surfing through my follows after this to see if there's any experts or manifestation people on here. But just to rehash everything that we talked about and we went through today. Today is number 2 of the blind faith experiment. If you don't know what the blind faith experiment is, the link is in my bio to my Substack. Actually, let me make sure that it's up there. Nope, that's the blind faith theory. Let me switch it out real quick. So the blind faith experiment is a 7-day experiment that we're doing. We no longer call them challenges because it is not a challenge. Isn't that right, guys? Thank you for the rose, Bree. Thank you, guys. Hey, Ray. I'm grateful for finding this page and for finding you, Ema. I'm grateful that you found me too, soul. Did y'all know that Boo Boo, who is Portant, her username is Portant, did y'all know that she bought me flowers? And I was live and I went to go buy them. Okay, I'm going to put the blind faith experiment up here. The blind faith experiment. Okay, it is officially updated. If you would like to learn more about the blind faith experiment, I wrote an entire blog post on it with all of the information that you need to know. Most of y'all are already in this Discord community, so just go straight to the experiment chat and introduce yourself when you get in there. Another thing that we are doing, like I said, this is day 2, so tomorrow's day 3. We'll be doing it for 20 minutes. 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure that you are awake. Another thing we are doing is the book club. We are currently reading The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. If you don't know about Joseph Murphy, you better find out. Better ask somebody because Joseph Murphy is such a wise man, okay? We are reading currently chapters 1 through 6. And on Sunday, this Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be reading chapter 7 together, taking turns reading passages. Then we will analyze and reflect on it. What else? So yeah, those are the only two things that the community is doing. The blind faith experiment for 7 days. This experiment ends on Sunday, the same day that we have our first meeting at 12:30. So at 10:30 a.m. in the morning, we're going to have our do nothing session. And 12:30 p.m., we are going to have our first book club meeting of the month. We do intend on finishing this book by the end of the month. Our last meeting should be on the 25th. That is what I mean by sprint. We are taking each week to thoroughly read these 7 chapters. Okay? Is there any questions about either one of those activities? I'm going to look into the blind faith experiment. I'm excited. Yes. Look into it. Read it up. Hop into the group chat. Ask any questions that you need. And just have fun. Thank you, Bree. Let me cue that up now. Yes, cue it up, girl. Like I said, I do have the book available to you for free if you do not have the money right now or you do not feel like purchasing the physical book. I have the PDF available in my bio as well. It's in the link tree and you will see it. It says current book club pick. Also up there, I have the PDF file for the last book club pick that we had, which was The Nature of Consciousness by Rupert Spira. That is a bit more information dense. It's a very short book. It's only about 119 pages, but it is very informationally dense. So pace yourself, write down things that you have questions about, and go and reflect on the questions. If you have questions, you could drop them in the book club chat or ChatGPT or whatever you trust. Bye, soul. Thank you, goddess. So, like I said, thank you for coming, guys. Thank you for doing your do nothing session with me today. And thank you for trusting me, just guiding you along this way. I hope to see you in the Discord. Everyone have an amazing day. Bye.